It's already the end of the year, and you know what that means, our mega compilation of the scariest clips of 2025. There will be a part 2, so keep an eye out for that one, but in the meantime, sit back, relax, and enjoy the spooky content. Our first clip of the day is a viral nightmare caught on video, shared widely by Crypto Astronaut on X. At first, this looks like a simple accident, but if you take a closer look, something chilling becomes apparent. After the man falls into the grave, you can see what looks like a hand grab him on the shoulder, pulling him downwards. When this footage hit the internet, it sparked immediate debate. Paranormal enthusiasts had a field day speculating that a vengeful spirit or zombie grabbed the man to drag him to an untimely doom. More skeptical minds think it's a staged prank or a snippet from an indie horror film presented as found footage. Indeed, the scenario is almost too perfectly scary, and no follow-up information, like news reports of an injured man at a cemetery, has surfaced to confirm its authenticity. So as always, I'll throw this one over to you, the viewers, for final judgment. Is that really a hand, or are viewers simply exaggerating?
Hi.
Yeah, Shane's gotta go.
How are you?
In a bizarre twist blurring the lines between celebrity news and paranormal speculation, actress Irene Bedard Wilson, best known for voicing Disney's iconic character Pocahontas, recently found herself at the heart of an eerie viral sensation.
Who are you?
I'm the voice of Pocahontas.
Really?
Yeah, you're gonna find me in your thing right now.
Why would I do that?
Because I am a 53-year-old Native American woman who has had enough.
In March 2025, body cam footage from Bedard Wilson's latest arrest in Xenia, Ohio began circulating online, rapidly capturing attention due to an unsettling detail noticed by sharp-eyed viewers.
Stop!
As police attempted to calm and restrain the visibly distraught actress, who can be seen in the clip yelling, sobbing, and appearing extremely agitated, something eerie is caught by the officer's body cam. A dark shadow seems to move along the hallway. Almost immediately, social media exploded with wild theories. TikTok and YouTube commentators speculated that Bedard Wilson might be suffering from a supernatural encounter or even demonic possession, fueling headlines sensationally declaring Pocahontas actress arrested amid claims of demonic activity.
Because I am a 53-year-old Native American woman who has had enough.
However, local authorities and those close to the actress quickly stepped forward with a more grounded and far more tragic explanation. Official reports indicated Bedard Wilson had been intoxicated during both incidents in question, with responding officers noting the strong smell of alcohol. Her behaviour had reportedly caused a disturbance at a nearby hotel, prompting the initial 911 call. Experts reviewing the footage explained the so-called shadow figure was most likely a simple optical illusion caused by lighting conditions, shadows from officers' flashlights, or even artifacts due to video compression. In reality, Irene Bedard Wilson is battling her own personal demons, entirely human in nature, and not a literal haunting by shadowy entities as some think. As one poignant commenter remarked online, not every darkness is a ghost. Sometimes it's just a sad reality. But what do you think? Does the footage show something truly otherworldly, or is it merely a heartbreaking glimpse into a troubled moment? Let us know your thoughts down below.
So I have to follow every fucking law, but that fucking faggot can leave the fucking scene without a turn signal? Give him a ticket!
This next piece of footage might just be the most intense roadside meltdown you'll ever see.
Why the fuck doesn't he get a ticket?
Ma'am, I can help you talk to somebody.
He didn't use his turn signal!
Ma'am, can I please call you an ambulance?
Uploaded by the YouTube channel CopCam Max, the clip shows a routine traffic stop in Bruce Township, Michigan that quickly escalates into absolute chaos.
I wish I was a cop so I could shoot all of you! The fuck up and get a pat on the back for it! You stupid!
Okay.
At first, everything seems fairly standard. A police officer pulls over a middle-aged woman for speeding, politely explains the citation and hands her a ticket. But rather than accept her fate, this woman erupts into a staggering 15-minute tirade, angrily demanding that the officer himself be ticketed instead, claiming he'd entrapped or unfairly targeted her.
I'm getting harassed by a police officer illegally and I feel unsafe and I want to get you away from me. Yeah.
When they get there, and you can hear.
Oh no, I can call 911 if it's a fucking emergency. Do you know what the fuck that means?
As her voice grows louder and more furious, the officer maintains an almost superhuman patience, calmly repeating the reasons for the citation, but this only fuels her outrage further.
You're fucking shit-faced pig! Won't leave me the fuck alone!
She demands to speak to a supervisor, and that's when things escalate even more dramatically.
Okay, well, here's what's gonna happen then. All right, we'll write you the citation, and then you can take it. Yep, that's what's gonna happen. Okay, I understand that you might not feel that's right.
No, you don't! You wanna fucking die? Get the fuck away from me! Get away from me! Get the fuck away from me!
Upon the arrival of the supervising sergeant, the woman, incredibly, decides to follow his patrol car in her own vehicle, aggressively tailgating and ranting wildly on the phone, all captured clearly by the officer's body cam footage.
Do you need an ambulance?
He doesn't have a third signal! Give him a ticket!
You need to go to the...
Why the fuck do I get a ticket? He can do whatever he wants!
Okay. Who are you calling?
Shut the fuck up!
Okay. If you keep calling 911, you could...
It's an emergency!
It's not.
I am getting harassed! People are breaking the law!
It's on the line again.
When they finally stop, officers move to arrest her for reckless driving and failure to comply. This sends her rage spiraling completely out of control.
Okay, hands behind you.
Yeah, watch out! It's broken!
Hands behind your back. All right, just...
The footage quickly went viral, sparking astonished reactions across YouTube, Reddit, and mainstream social media.
No, you're gonna repo my fucking car!
No.
I want my car! You fucking fuck! Give me my car! Give me my car!
Parked.
You're gonna fucking repo it!
No, I'm not.
Ultimately, this maximum rage incident serves as both jaw-dropping entertainment and a serious cautionary tale. If you're ever tempted to lose your cool at a traffic stop, just remember this woman's meltdown and the severe consequences she faced, a stark reminder of exactly how not to behave when pulled over.
I wish I was a cop so I could shoot all of you! The fuck up and get a pat on the back for it! You stupid!
Okay.
It is freaking creepy. 8:41, somebody knocks on the door
On August 11th, 2025, a ring cam in the US may have captured one of the weirdest glitch in the Matrix sightings ever. At exactly 8:41 p.m, two missionaries walk up to Lizzie's porch. Both are dressed in matching pink outfits. But earlier, as they walk up to the house, they're wearing different clothes entirely.
Watch, go fast.
Right as soon as they
Right
get
there.
over there out
Yeah.
of our porch.
What the heck is this?
They're completely different, new colors, new patterns, even a whole new style.
Check out their outfits.
They're wearing two different dresses from what they
Yeah.
were wearing.
Is nothing compared to what they were wearing.
And we saw them. It had polka dots. They
and
had
then
the
hold on,
dresses
so
from
go
the...
back to the other one.
Lizzie was so startled, she didn't even open the door. She just watched the whole thing unfold through her ring feed.
They
And then
said they were
that's-
missionary, you know.
But missionaries don't come at 9 p.m. though. That's
I asked them, you know, that, you know, it's late. And they left. And they said, I'm sorry, not trying to be rude.
When she posted the clip online, viewers couldn't believe their eyes. Some swore it was evidence of a timeline slip, like reality itself had flickered and reset in front of the camera.
Check out their outfits.
They're wearing two different dresses from what they
Yeah.
were wearing.
Is nothing compared to what they were wearing.
And we saw them. It had polka dots. They
and
had
then
the
hold on,
dresses
so
from
go
the...
back to the other one.
Others argued it's less paranormal and more technical, maybe a digital compression glitch mixing frames from two different moments. Whatever the explanation, a simple knock at the door turned into one of the creepiest viral ring cam clips of the year.
That, you know, it's late. And they left. And they said, I'm sorry, not trying to be rude.
Well, this is...
Here's a quick and strange one from TikTok user Ginger and the Foxes that's recently gone viral for a very peculiar reason. While casually filming during a museum visit, specifically inside a dinosaur exhibit, something inexplicable appeared to happen.
That thing is huge! Imagine trying to run away from that. No thanks, Jurassic Park.
If you watch closely, it genuinely looks like the dinosaur's head shifts position ever so slightly.
That thing is huge!
The bizarre clip quickly amassed over 21 million views, sparking tens of thousands of comments from viewers adamantly insisting they witnessed the movement too. Theories ran wild, ranging from the logical, such as an odd trick of perspective, to playful speculation, comparing it to a real-life night at the museum scenario where exhibits spring to life after dark. Interestingly, the original poster herself didn't notice anything strange at first. It was only after thousands of comments poured in highlighting the dinosaur's subtle motion that she realized something unusual had been captured.
I didn't notice it when I filmed the video. I didn't notice it when I edited the video, but you all kept asking if the dinosaur's head was moving, so I went back and watched my own video like a crazy person.
So what's really going on here? Is this simply an optical illusion, or has this dinosaur exhibit just provided proof that museums might be hiding some lively secrets?
That thing is huge! Imagine trying to run away from that.
A Reddit user by the name of Improper Forum recently stirred up paranormal communities online after sharing a family photo with an unsettling detail, an unexplained fourth figure appearing in the background. The snapshot was taken in 2015 at their grandmother's home on Whidbey Island, Washington, and at the time only 3 people were reportedly present: the grandmother behind the camera, the user's aunt, and a young cousin. When reviewing the picture later, the family noticed a blurry, shadowy figure with long, dark hair mysteriously peering into the frame, someone they swear wasn't there at the time. Speculation exploded online, with some suggesting the unknown woman might be a ghost, possibly a Native American spirit tied to the island's well-documented history as an indigenous burial ground. A few commenters even felt they could see historical-style clothing, enhancing theories of a supernatural origin. However, skeptics weren't convinced. Over on Reddit's r/skeptic community, theories quickly arose that the figure might simply be a misidentified family friend, neighbor, or even the grandmother, accidentally caught in a reflection. Despite these explanations, the family maintains that the location was remote, nobody else was present, and the atmosphere felt eerie that day. Adding credibility, the photo was reportedly analysed by a university lab and found free of digital manipulation. Without concrete evidence either way, the unknown woman in the background photo remains an intriguing mystery, another compelling snapshot that blurs the line between reality and the paranormal.
This is the last time I'm gonna tell you, get out front of my door right now. The police on the way. Go!
Here's one of the eeriest online mysteries to surface in recent months, a now deleted TikTok account documenting a woman's terrifying experiences inside her apartment complex. The story began in September 2024, when the woman, living with her young daughter, posted a video showing a disturbed man following them home, arguing with something that wasn't there.
I just called the police. Get out front of my door.
She managed to make it inside her apartment, filming as the man stood outside.
Get out front of my door. This is the last time I'm gonna tell you, get out front of my door right now. The police on the way. Go!
Eventually, the man left. But when she reviewed the footage later, something else caught her attention. The door to a vacant apartment across the hall quietly opened and closed on its own. She'd lived there for 3 years and swore she'd never once seen that door move.
Anyway, y'all, in the 3 years that I've lived here, I have never seen this door come open. Ever. Like, look at that. But in the video, you saw the door just came open. Who opened the door? Like, look at that. Like, pitch black. Like, make it make sense. Like, how? How?
Curious and uneasy, she contacted her landlord, who sent up a maintenance worker to check it out.
Oh, Lord. The f***? What is that?
On the floor were piles of children's shoes, dozens of them.
Y'all. What the hell is going on? Y'all see all these little kids? They put kids' shoes up in there. What the? So how did? So hold on, because no, this other day the door came open when I was in here. So if the door came open, like
Along with what appeared to be a long piece of shed snake skin coiled in the corner.
Y'all, I'm not finna get close to this shit, but this is real snake skin. Oh my God.
Among the pile of shoes was something that froze her in place.
Those frozen Elsa boots, whatever you want to call it, those boots are my daughter's.
A pair of Frozen-themed Elsa boots that belonged to her own daughter, missing for months.
Yo, this is crazy because I really thought she just lost them at school. Those shoes belong to my daughter.
The property manager told her the unit had been vacant for 6 years. No tenants, no inspections, no maintenance. Yet the woman had already spoken with several other parents in the building. Each said their children's shoes had mysteriously vanished too. Someone or something was clearly entering the apartment, but why only the kids' shoes?
Somebody in this building must be going around here just collecting shoes. And I'm not gonna say collecting, stealing little kids' shoes around here. And the reason why I said that is because I've talked to at least 2 or 3 different people in this building who have said that their children been missing shoes.
Determined to uncover the truth, she set up a hidden camera facing the hallway. Soon after, she began hearing soft crying sounds coming from behind the locked door. Neighbours heard it too, and one woman even stepped out to investigate. But what happened next was chilling. On camera, a single shoe in the hallway moves by itself. Two days later, she posted one final video.
Came and put a lock on the door, and whoever was in there, just.
It showed the apartment door, now sealed with a fresh lock. But then something weird happened.
And whoever was in there,
After that, her account went completely dark. Since then, the TikTok page has vanished and no one has been able to contact the original poster. Some believe the videos were staged, others insist the fear in her voice was too real to fake. Whether it was an elaborate hoax, a stalker hiding in plain sight, or something supernatural inside that long-abandoned room, no one knows. All that remains are the clips, a digital trail from a mother's desperate attempt to document the unexplainable before disappearing from the internet altogether.
Property manager came and put a lock on the door, and whoever was in there, just.
TikTok user LuzMary176 recently shared a series of baffling videos. Beginning in early March 2025, the user uploaded their first video after noticing something deeply peculiar about a painting they had created themselves during the pandemic. They quickly grabbed their phone to capture what was happening, and what appeared on camera defies explanation.
¿Ya viste? Ay, no mames, no mames. Sí.
In the unsettling clip, viewers were astonished to see what clearly resembles movement inside the painting itself, almost like a cloud gently shifting within the artwork.
Fíjate bien, quédatele viendo. ¿Ya viste? Ay, no mames, no mames. Sí.
The strange footage quickly went viral, amassing over 3.4 million views and generating tens of thousands of comments from viewers desperately attempting to explain the phenomenon. In response to skeptical comments suggesting that reflective glossy paint might explain the strange movement, the uploader created a follow-up video.
Es pintura mate. No se refleja.
Here, they clarified that the painting used entirely matte paint, significantly reducing reflectivity.
Es pintura mate. No se refleja. Ay, güey, no mames.
In a third video, the movement seems to appear once more, albeit subtly. The comment section soon erupted with theories. Some viewers speculated that the painting could have absorbed emotional energy due to being created during the emotionally charged period of the pandemic. One particularly striking theory emerged from a commenter claiming to be clairvoyant, suggesting the painting shows a trapped woman who was cursed by her husband's lover. As intriguing and unsettling as these theories are, no one has yet provided a convincing explanation for the mysterious movement inside this painting, leaving the TikTok community perplexed and fascinated.
It's terrifying. A man caught on security tape breaking into a home.
It began as something out of a homeowner's nightmare. Late one November evening in Lynchburg, Virginia, surveillance cameras quietly captured a shadowy figure slipping into the home of a woman named Marie Columna. In the chilling black and white footage, the intruder moves stealthily through the darkness, flashlight in hand, carefully navigating through rooms as though familiar with the surroundings.
It's terrifying. A man caught on security tape breaking into a home. What made this even more shocking is the identity of the intruder.
But this was no ordinary burglar. The mystery prowler turned out to be Sergio Guardia, a prominent minister at Thomas Road Baptist Church, the iconic megachurch founded by televangelist Jerry Falwell Sr.
The 24,000-member Thomas Road Baptist Church in Lynchburg, Virginia.
Guardia, 49, had secretly been stalking Columna for years. According to her, the pastor had become fixated on her following her 2016 divorce, repeatedly showing up uninvited under the guise of providing spiritual support. Unsettled by his behavior, Columna left the church, but Guardia's unwanted attention continued, prompting her to install security cameras as a precaution. That precaution paid off. Over 2 consecutive nights in November 2023, while Columna was out of town, Guardia was recorded prowling through her home, triggering security alerts sent directly to her phone. Horrified, Columna watched remotely as her former pastor, now intruder, invaded her privacy.
I was watching the live feed of him entering my daughter's bedroom.
Police soon arrested Guardia, and by March 2025, he was convicted on 2 counts of burglary and 1 count of stalking, facing up to 10 years in prison. Amid the scandal, Guardia resigned from his high-profile role at Thomas Road Baptist Church. For Marie Columna, coming forward meant reclaiming her power. She publicly shared her ordeal, determined to empower other victims and remind communities that no position, religious or otherwise, should shield a predator from justice.
Hello, I'm the real smart schoolboy 9.
One of the more unnerving modern mysteries doesn't involve ghosts or aliens, but the dark side of technology and deception. The Daily Mail recently spotlighted the case of Smart Schoolboy 9, the online handle of a suspected predator in the UK who concocted an elaborate AI-fueled disguise.
I'm a schoolboy, a child of school age, despite what you might have heard, particularly in the scam documentaries about me and other children.
This middle-aged man allegedly used deepfake technology to masquerade as a school-aged child on the internet.
Schoolboy 9. I'm a proper schoolboy, a child. I'm at my school, bouncing up and down. Proper fun.
Through manipulated videos and photos, altering his face to look like a young boy and even using voice-changing software, he presented himself as a kid named Smart Schoolboy 9. With this persona, he interacted with real minors in chat forums and social media, effectively catfishing children while hiding behind a mask of digital innocence. Some news outlets claim the ruse was so convincing that for a long time, no one realized the boy was actually an adult man. But looking at these images and clips, we find that hard to believe. The boy is clearly a dude.
Okay.
Smart Schoolboy 9 even took it further offline. Reports say he would dress as a school student and at times disturbingly as a schoolgirl, complete with uniform and pigtails, to blend into environments with children. It's as if he lived in a self-created fantasy where he could embody a child while pursuing predatory intentions.
Yeah, today in school, the classroom was really hot, so it's not we got all sick.
The case broke the internet. Once exposed, it led to widespread shock and conversation about online safety. It reads like a twisted Black Mirror episode. How could someone maintain such a lie for years? Deepfakes, a technology typically used to paste one face on another in videos, gave him the tools, and apparently his own obsession did the rest. Authorities believe the man behind Smart Schoolboy 9 used these tactics to gain the trust of kids and possibly exchange illicit content. He's now under investigation and reportedly under arrest, but the full extent of harm caused is still being uncovered. For parents and law enforcement, this case is a stark warning. The paranormal might not be our only fear. Sometimes the real horror is a tech-savvy criminal hiding in the digital shadows.
Stay safe, because people will lie about you. They will tell lies. But I am a schoolboy, and so that's all for now.
So I live here in the Central Valley, and it was raining a couple minutes ago.
Over the past couple of weeks, a bizarre phenomenon has been unfolding across America. Strange blue rain falling from seemingly ordinary skies. Social media quickly lit up with bewildered witnesses sharing their experiences. One of the earliest reports came from Texas when TikTok user Meatyhead3 shared footage of startling blue liquid.
Got a blue lake right here. How much would it take for you to drink that water? How much money?
Soon after, another Texas user, Commercial Chris, captured similar footage while camping in a national park.
And it's been raining, and the water that's coming out of the sky is blue. And it's not this tarp, because it's happening on this tarp too. Look at that. This is crazy. Are they chemtrailing us in Texas?
The mysterious event didn't stop in Texas. Soon, reports began pouring in from California as well, where user CRXD34 documented a similar occurrence.
So I live here in the Central Valley, and it was raining a couple minutes ago. Can anyone explain the blue water?
The blue rain phenomenon rapidly became nationwide, spreading confusion and speculation. Naturally, theories began swirling. Many speculated it could be a result of secret military testing gone awry, while others feared a possible chemical spill or atmospheric contamination. Skeptics suggested a natural explanation, perhaps coloured pollen or algae, but no definitive answers have yet emerged. As more sightings continue, the question persists: what exactly is causing America's unsettling blue rain? For now, the truth remains elusive, and residents remain wary, looking skyward with unease.
And the water that's coming out of the sky is blue. Look at that. This is crazy. Are they chemtrailing us in Texas?
Instagram user SuperMilos 2015 was casually sitting in his car when he noticed something strange happening in the parking lot right in front of him.
Oh no, it's coming my way. It saw me.
A lone shopping cart begins rolling around, seemingly moving entirely by itself.
Be gone, evil spirit. I think he's actually taunting. He's looking for trouble.
Somehow, it even turns and starts rolling right towards the camera.
Oh, is he really coming this way? Is this happening? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Is this really? Are you kidding me? Unbelievable.
The eerie footage quickly caught attention for its uncanny resemblance to another viral clip from a Texas supermarket, which we featured a few years ago.
And all suddenly, oh, you still not in yet. Oh, see, I'm coming for you. And you set up all the car. It has to go to you.
Wow.
Oh, and look, it misses that one, let it squirrel right into it.
In the Texas incident, captured clearly by CCTV, 21-year-old supermarket employee and amateur ghost hunter Kobe Todd had just sat down in his freshly purchased Ford Mustang when he heard a loud crash. Startled, he checked the security footage and saw something he still can't fully explain. A stationary metal shopping cart suddenly pivoted a full 90 degrees, then rolled purposefully and directly into the side of his parked car, denting the door.
Oh, and look, it misses that one, let it squirrel right into it.
Todd, stunned by the incident, immediately considered supernatural explanations. He revealed to Fox News that just the day before, he'd visited a reportedly haunted house where he felt the presence of a mischievous child spirit. Todd speculated that this playful ghost had followed him home and was now responsible for the shopping cart's bizarre behaviour. So what is going on here? Why are shopping carts suddenly propelling themselves around parking lots across the United States? Either way, next time you think your shopping cart has a mind of its own, perhaps you'll think twice before leaving it unattended.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Is this really? Are you kidding me? Unbelievable.
And she bent your roof.
A bizarre and unsettling encounter uploaded to TikTok by Sexy Nico has left viewers both horrified and unnerved.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious. We have to move because of this.
According to the post, the group arrived at a campsite late at night. Suddenly, one of the campers started honking the car horn. At first, everyone assumed she was joking, but when they turned to look, they saw something straight out of a horror film.
That's hilarious.
Perched on the roof of the car was a woman, disheveled and silent. Things quickly escalated when the woman began whispering, "Give me the kids," despite there being no children present. Moments later, she started jumping on the car roof, shrieking into the night.
That's hilarious.
When the poster approached to defuse the situation, the woman hissed, lunged forward, and belly flopped to the ground before bolting into the dark woods.
We have to move because of this.
The group abandoned the site immediately and relocated to another area, unwilling to risk a repeat encounter.
Yeah, hard time. And she bent your roof.
Viewers have compared the incident to something out of the Blair Witch Project or a demonic possession scene, calling it the stuff of camping nightmares.
That's hilarious.
One viewer thought that the incident might have been staged or part of a prank. However, the way the woman leaps from the car and crash lands on the ground seems very real. Whether the woman was suffering from a breakdown, drugs, or something far stranger, one thing's certain: this creepy campsite incident isn't one they'll forget anytime soon.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious. We have to move because of this.
Moving really fast. Okay.
On the night of February 14th, 2025, viewers watching the nightly weather forecast on Oklahoma City's K4 TV Channel 4 got more than they bargained for.
Start out outside today where it was actually a warmer day than we've been seeing and one of the warmest that we're going to have on the entire 7-day forecast moving forward. Wonder what that is right there. That's pretty interesting. Moving really fast. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at what we've got here. Just interesting stuff flying around the sky.
Meteorologist John Slater was delivering a routine forecast when a mysterious glowing object suddenly streaked across the city's skyline on the station's live Skycam.
Wonder what that is right there. That's pretty interesting. Moving really fast. Okay.
Thousands of viewers witnessed the unusual sight live on air, prompting immediate excitement and speculation. The station's phone lines and social media accounts quickly lit up with people asking, "Did you just see that UFO?" The object, a bright, fast-moving light, zipped low on the horizon at a speed clearly faster than any conventional aircraft. Initially unidentified, it raised genuine curiosity. Could it be something extraterrestrial? Within hours, the footage was circulating widely online, fueling intense debate. K4 later followed up, suggesting a mundane explanation. Experts believed the UFO was likely a bird or large insect illuminated by the city lights and exaggerated by the camera's low light sensitivity. According to their analysis, the apparent rapid speed was an optical illusion created by something small passing close to the camera lens. Yet despite the station's reassurance, UFO enthusiasts remained unconvinced, claiming a cover-up and keeping Oklahoma City's brief Weatherman UFO incident alive as a popular local legend.
Forecast, moving forward. Wonder what that is right there. That's pretty interesting. Moving really fast. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at what we've got here. Just interesting stuff flying around the sky.
I'm thinking maybe somebody must be following her.
This chilling story begins with TikTok user Elisa1818, known as Aria A, who posted disturbing footage from a hotel stay that quickly spiraled into a viral mystery.
So just keep watching the screen right here, man. I saw something that just... because I'm thinking somebody's following her.
In the first clips, Aria films herself in a state of panic. She claims someone is following her, so she pretends to be on FaceTime to throw them off.
Help me! Somebody help me!
But her fear is palpable. She runs down the long hotel hallway, calling for help.
Somebody help me, please!
In another clip, she's again seen sprinting through the corridor, clearly terrified, shouting for assistance. Yet the hallway remains empty.
I'm feeling good! Help! Somebody help! Please! Please! Somebody help me, please!
The story deepens when days later, staff at the hotel review the CCTV footage. Shared by TikTok user Forever Flow, the recordings show Aria's bizarre behavior in shocking detail. She runs into the elevator, presses herself against the wall, ducks out of sight, yet strangely, the doors never close.
It's like she acting like she's running from something or hiding from something. But there's literally nobody else in the front.
She appears spooked, then bolts out of the elevator and vanishes down the hall. Concerned, employees check Aria's room. They find it in total disarray, clothes and food strewn everywhere.
Crazy.
But what unsettles them most is an improvised tool left in the bathroom.
No, this is ridiculous. What the heck is this doing in here?
Yo, hold on, y'all.
A makeshift device capable of slipping under a hotel door and pulling the handle from the inside.
Oh my God.
Staff test it, and it works. Someone had been preparing to break into rooms.
What?
Things only grow stranger. As staff comb through more footage, they see something chilling.
That's just the housekeeper down there. Right there. Right there.
A shadow glides along the wall, yet no one is nearby to cast it.
Right there. Right there.
I don't know what that was.
This is crazy.
Then things get even stranger.
My hand is shaking. Right there.
What is that?
A stone drops from a hallway ornament on its own as though thrown by invisible hands.
Right there.
What is that?
Yo, this is crazy, yo.
I don't know.
Tony, the employee investigating, later explains that Aria managed to call an Uber that night and fled. Since then, her whereabouts remain unknown. Naturally, the internet draws comparisons to the infamous Elisa Lam case at the Cecil Hotel in Los Angeles. In 2013, Lam was staying at the downtown hotel when she vanished under mysterious circumstances. Her last known appearance was captured on security footage inside an elevator. The disturbing video shows her pressing multiple buttons, stepping in and out, hiding in the corner, and gesturing oddly into the hallway, much like Aria's strange behavior. Days later, Lam's body was discovered in the hotel's rooftop water tank. To this day, her death remains unexplained, with theories ranging from mental illness to foul play to paranormal forces. The Elisa Lam case also fueled interest in the urban legend known as the elevator game, a ritual said to transport players into another world if performed correctly. Some online theorists speculated Lam had attempted the game, leading to her tragic fate. Now, with Aria's unsettling elevator footage, the comparisons are hard to ignore. But the mystery doesn't stop there. Fascinated by the strange events, Tony begins interviewing co-workers who reveal they too have experienced unusual activity at the hotel. In one clip, co-worker Sabina recalls hearing eerie noises and feeling watched.
Oh, okay, yeah, I got one. Like what? 4 or 5 days ago it happened.
As she speaks, something strange happens.
Oh, that happened 4 or 5 days ago?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
The curtain behind Tony moves on its own.
Oh, that happened 4 or 5 days ago?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Tony admits he never believed in ghosts, but after working here, he's starting to reconsider.
Look, I don't be believing in ghosts and stuff like that, but I will say, since I've been working here, I have become a little bit more like open-minded.
So what exactly happened that night? Was Aria being stalked? Did she stumble into something sinister? Or is this hotel truly haunted? At this stage, the incident remains a chilling unsolved mystery, one that continues to grip TikTok audiences around the world.
It's like she acting like she's running from something or hiding from something, but there's literally nobody else in the frame.
TikTok user turkeytail@gmail.com recently uploaded chilling footage that's capturing the attention and fears of millions of viewers. According to the OP, her father passed away back in 2002, yet her young daughter Mabel appears to see him clearly.
Daddy's right there.
Is it your daddy?
No, it's your daddy.
Is where?
Daddy's right there.
In the unsettling clip, Mabel insists that her grandpa is present, repeatedly pointing toward empty space, asking to go find him.
It's your him.
Let's go get him. Where'd he go?
In him.
Okay, show me.
The footage quickly went viral, prompting the OP to share a follow-up video addressing viewer questions and concerns.
A lot of people were telling me don't communicate with it. I'm not. I'm scared. She is, and she doesn't understand. Tell him, Mabel.
She clarifies that Mabel, who has never met her late grandfather, has referred to him as Daddy Ghost after seeing his photograph, providing eerie confirmation of her experiences.
I I've showed her a picture of him, and she has, I don't want to say confirmed that it was him, but she did get more of like a peaceful sense of the situation because she recognized him. So she calls him Daddy Ghost. She's only had an experience like that 2 or 3 times. It doesn't happen often, but when it does, I try to capture it on video.
Interestingly, this isn't an isolated incident. Earlier videos on her channel also show Mabel interacting with the unseen Daddy Ghost.
What did you say?
See me.
Well, where is it?
I'm not touching.
In your closet?
Yes.
What does it look like?
A daddy ghost.
A daddy ghost?
No, Mom.
Comments range from comforting reassurance to ominous warnings, suggesting the presence might not be friendly. While the OP insists she believes her daughter, she admits feeling uneasy about the phenomenon, emphasizing she's careful not to encourage communication. Is Mabel truly seeing the spirit of her grandfather, or is something else going on here? Let me know your thoughts down below.
Let's go get him.
Let's go get him. Where'd he go?
In him.
Okay, show me.
Instagram user Shiloh WWE, widely known as a wrestler for the WWE, has recently sparked unease among his followers by exploring the darker corners of the internet. In a recent series of disturbing videos, Shiloh stumbled upon an Eerie shoe store operating on the dark web.
The site is called The Shoeman, and it has like a bunch of shoes for sale, but every shoe has a name and an age. And the prices, actually that one's kind of normal. The prices are really weird. Like this was $160 for some muddy flip-flops.
This unsettling marketplace lists used shoes, each paired alarmingly with the previous owner's name and age. The concept alone has deeply unsettled viewers, raising suspicions about the store's true purpose and the disturbing implications behind the shoes listed. Initially browsing out of morbid curiosity, Shiloh eventually made a troubling decision. He decided to purchase a pair of boots from this bizarre site.
I don't know, I just feel like something weird is going on. So I am gonna try to order some. I gotta figure out which ones I want, but stay tuned.
Most shoes listed were not his size, but after a thorough search, he found a pair named Wayland 29s that matched his size exactly. Using cryptocurrency for anonymity, he completed the transaction, though he was still required to provide his name, email, age, and a rough location, details that commenters quickly pointed out could put him in serious danger.
Also, I have no idea why it has a rental length, but that's very weird as well. Transaction received, we will email you your tracking. Okay, that's always a good sign though, because the listing for the product I got is gone, which hopefully means that I do actually get sent something.
Several days later, Shiloh posted an update confirming that the boots had been shipped from an unknown location.
Okay, I just had to open it in a new tab. Cool. I guess we'll see what actually shows up.
Upon arrival at his P.O. box, the boots were contained in a box labeled fragile, heightening the ominous feeling surrounding the package.
Got something. Sure why boots would be fragile, to be honest.
Shiloh announced that he would live stream the unboxing event on Twitch, taking extra precautions by wearing gloves.
I'm gonna go live on Twitch around 9 Eastern time to discuss.
Upon opening the box, the boots appeared noticeably scuffed, dirty, and covered with suspicious stains.
Wow. Okay, these are real. Yeah, we're gonna have to test this. The luminol gets here tomorrow. But, ooh.
Alarmingly, an old VHS tape fell out from inside one of the boots. Intrigued and disturbed, Shiloh quickly ordered luminol, hydrogen peroxide, and a blacklight from Amazon to investigate the stains further.
I just got the blacklight in the mail. For the blacklight to work, we need something called luminol, and Amazon says it should be here in a couple hours. Last night I ordered some hydrogen peroxide.
When tested, the hydrogen peroxide appeared to react unsettlingly with some of the stains, intensifying speculation about their origin.
It does foam up. So, according to ChatGPT, there are a lot of false positives that will also cause foaming with hydrogen peroxide. So I'm waiting on the luminol to try to figure out what this is.
Currently, the luminol has not yet arrived, and Shiloh is attempting to find a VHS player to uncover the contents of the mysterious tape. As of now, the story remains unresolved, leaving followers deeply anxious and speculating about what dark secrets might be revealed next. Could this disturbing dark web shoe store be involved in something sinister, and what hidden horrors might the VHS tape reveal? Viewers anxiously await the next chilling update from Shiloh. Reddit user TinyProfessor9680 recently shared a deeply unsettling photo that has puzzled paranormal enthusiasts. Taken back in 2016 at around 7 AM, the image features two brothers posing together on Blackpool Beach, England. At first glance, it seems like a typical family memory, but a closer look reveals something chilling. Between the legs of the two brothers, an eerie face can be seen staring directly at the camera. According to the user, their friend's mother captured the moment, completely unaware of the figure's presence. It wasn't until they reviewed the photo later that they noticed the unsettling visitor. They claim there was absolutely no one else on the beach at that early hour. To this day, the brothers and their family remain baffled, having no rational explanation for this mysterious figure lurking between them on Blackpool Beach. This next one feels like something straight out of a folklore horror film, but it was all captured on drone footage and uploaded by GL Drone. According to the uploader, they were out camping with friends when they began to feel like someone was following them. That night, they heard strange noises in the woods and woke to find footprints around their campsite and a few items missing. To investigate, the OP launched a drone equipped with a thermal camera, hoping to track whoever had been sneaking around. The footage shows a person following the group. But when they switched the drone from thermal to visual mode to get a better look, what they saw was bizarre. No person, just a deer standing exactly where the human shape had been moments before. The OP says that they were told a few people have gone missing in this very patch of forest. Now viewers are left to debate what the drone really captured. Some say it was a simple camera glitch, heat signatures misread between human and animal, but others think this may be evidence of something much older and stranger. Perhaps a shapeshifter or a forest spirit that lures people in by mimicking human cries for help. Whatever it was, one thing's certain: this footage has left even seasoned outdoorsmen deeply unsettled. When Jeanette, who goes by the username Miss SCPGRA4Y, began documenting her move into a new apartment in March 2025, she had no idea her innocent vlog series would capture something so disturbing. What started as a simple recording of her moving in process quickly descended into a real-life horror story, blurring the line between criminal activity and the paranormal.
What? I saw a man in your bedroom. You saw a man in my bedroom?
Jeanette's first chilling encounter happened as she casually filmed a dance video for TikTok. But as she did, something terrifying happened.
Hi. Who are you? Can I help? No, I don't. Please, 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 please. please get out of my apartment. Please go of my apartment.
The footage reveals an unknown man standing silently in her apartment, having presumably entered through an unlocked door.
Please go of my apartment.
While this encounter is dangerous and creepy, there's a small detail that has left commenters even more confused and freaked out. If we watch the clip again, as Jeanette runs for safety, the front door to the apartment appears to open all by itself. Jeanette later expressed profound gratitude for this unexplained occurrence.
Please go of my apartment.
However, the unnerving events didn't stop there. Just a few nights later, while attempting to film a casual video with her cat, Jeanette captured another deeply unsettling phenomenon. In clear view of the camera, two distinct indentations can be seen forming on her bed. Already rattled by the intruder incident and now confronted with apparent paranormal activity, Jeanette swiftly called the police and sought refuge with a neighbor. Authorities quickly apprehended the human intruder, who had again been lurking outside her door, but found themselves utterly baffled by the otherworldly aspects of Jeanette's ordeal. They confirmed the break-in, but admitted to having no explanation for what occurred in this video. This chilling confluence of events raises questions that defy easy answers. Indeed, viewers and commenters have debated extensively whether these were coincidental yet unrelated incidents, or whether some invisible protective force intervened on Jeanette's behalf to warn her or frighten the intruder away. Since these unnerving events, Jeanette has continued sharing her moving-in journey. Thankfully, no further incidents have been reported, but the haunting footage remains.
Catgut. The difference are...
This next unsettling clip was recently shared on TikTok by the account Paranormal Vibes, and it has viewers thoroughly creeped out. The video begins innocently enough. A surgeon is recording a training video for her students in what appears to be a quiet hospital setting. Suddenly, something catches her attention off camera, visibly startling her.
And the sutures last anywhere from 60 to 90 days.
Clearly spooked, she immediately grabs her camera, attempting to film whatever or whoever ran past.
Can you please just show yourself?
She carefully surveys the area, but there's no one to be found. Unsettled, she sets her phone to continue recording and leaves the scene entirely, hoping to capture evidence of whatever caused her fright.
Just give me a sign.
Initially, nothing unusual occurs, but as soon as she exits the room, something chilling unfolds. A shadowy figure zips swiftly past the window, moving unnaturally fast and with no clear source or explanation. So what exactly did this teacher unknowingly capture during her training video? Could this shadowy apparition be proof of paranormal activity in this hospital? Let me know your take in the comments below. Instagram user Hey Jalisco recently sparked a wave of unease among viewers after sharing unsettling footage from the Museo Campo in Buenos Aires, Argentina. In the clip, the camera focuses on a wax mannequin depicting an elderly woman appearing completely normal at first. However, what the footage captures moments later has left viewers deeply disturbed.
Ay, hijo de güey, qué pedo.
Shockingly, the mannequin's head visibly shifts position on its own, seemingly without any external influence. The camera holder then carefully examines the figure, demonstrating clearly that the mannequin isn't animatronic and revealing no visible wires, cables, or hidden mechanisms that could account for this mysterious movement.
No hay cables, no hay nada, no es un robot. Es una figura totalmente entera.
The eerie video was sent via WhatsApp by Arturo, reportedly a manager or caretaker at the museum, on May 9th at 3:30 p.m. Arturo expressed excitement and disbelief, stating, "Believe what happened," indicating he was just as startled as viewers by what the footage revealed. In fact, the museum manager insists the figure is entirely wax and rigid, impossible to manipulate secretly. Instagram user Hey Jalisco emphasized the video's authenticity, encouraging viewers to carefully scrutinize the footage and form their own conclusions. Despite intense debate and numerous theories, no one has yet provided a convincing explanation for this bizarre and seemingly supernatural occurrence. Could this genuinely be a paranormal incident captured on camera, or is there a simpler explanation hiding in plain sight? Let us know your thoughts below. This eerie image comes from Boksburg, Gauteng, South Africa, where a father says his 3-year-old son accidentally captured something chilling on camera. According to the father, his son had been playing with the camera trying to take a picture of him, but the boy didn't realize the front-facing camera was on. In a matter of seconds, he snapped several random photos. When his dad took the camera back and began deleting the blurry ones, he reached the 3rd photo and froze. Behind his smiling son, half hidden in shadow, is the unmistakable image of another face. The father insists that only he and his son were home at the time and that the person in the picture is no one he recognizes. When shared online, the photo quickly spread through local Facebook groups, with commenters divided, some calling it a simple camera glitch or motion blur, others claiming it's a spirit or presence caught mid-manifestation. Whether it's a trick of light or something truly supernatural, one thing is certain: this accidental selfie has unsettled thousands, leaving both skeptics and believers wondering who or what is standing behind the boy.
Now, check this, folks.
In late April 2025, a bizarre clip of Pope Francis left viewers questioning reality.
Do you see that? Let's watch it again. See? Bump. That's AI, because it makes them kind of mistakes.
In the video, shared by TikTok user TonyG's2, the Pope appears to have 3 hands for a brief moment.
To me, these are AI. 100% that's AI, and that's AI. And if this was used in the mainstream, which it was, then what you got to ask is why? Is it because they needed him to pop on a certain date, like Easter Sunday, for instance?
Seconds later, it looks like his fingers merge.
Same up here. Watch his hands turn into one big finger in the centre. See? It's strange. These clips look like they've been used after he died, if you ask me, because he's a lot more chubbier, I noticed, in these clips.
Some claimed it was a glitch in the Matrix or a sign the live broadcast had been digitally tampered with. Conspiracy theories posited whether the Pope had actually died months earlier than reported. They claim these images are AI generated so as to keep the Pope visually alive until his passing was officially reported at Easter. So what do you think? Drop a robot emoji in the comments if you think it's AI, or a broken heart if you just think it's sad that he's gone.
To me, these are AI. 100% that's AI, and that's AI. And if this was used in the mainstream, which it was, then what you got to ask is why? Is it because they needed him to pop on a certain date, like Easter Sunday, for instance?
Unsettling security footage uploaded by Romazotti77 has left viewers shaken. The man's behaviour is erratic, his face panicked, movements jerky, as he raises the stool like a weapon as if trying to defend himself against something unseen. The woman stands pressed into the corner, clearly unsettled as the ride stretches on. At one point, the footage seems to show the stool yanked from his hands by an invisible force, though skeptics argue he simply tossed it. Eventually, the doors open, the man bolts from the elevator, leaving the shaken woman unharmed, but clearly rattled. Clips like this inevitably draw comparisons to the infamous elevator game, an urban ritual that circulated online a few years ago. According to internet lore, riding an elevator in a precise sequence of floors can open a gateway to another dimension or summon a hidden presence. The ritual comes with strict warnings: no eye contact, no speaking to strangers, and never stepping out if the conditions feel wrong. While there's no evidence that the man in this clip was attempting the ritual, the strange behaviour, the tense atmosphere, and the uncanny suggestion of an invisible presence play directly into the myth. It's these eerie overlaps and unexplained encounters in confined elevator spaces that keep the elevator game legend alive and make ordinary footage feel like something far more sinister. TikTok user Mr. Enfermero, a night shift nurse known for documenting his quiet late-night hospital rounds, has recently captured something unsettling lurking in the shadows. While most of his uploads are routine, just glimpses into life during a typical graveyard shift, several eerie clips suggest something paranormal might roam the halls of this medical facility. In the first clip, Mr. Enfermero investigates strange noises echoing down an empty corridor. Second clip escalates the creepiness. Filming again after hearing odd sounds, he captures this. Yet the third video is by far the most chilling. At precisely 3 AM, Mr. Enfermero has to run an errand through an abandoned section of the hospital, closed off and unused for some time. He unknowingly captures a dark silhouette standing motionless in the shadows of a ward, clearly watching him. Given his previous experiences with unexplained phenomena, many followers speculate this shadowy apparition could be the restless spirit of a former patient, lingering long after their passing. Whether skeptic or believer, one thing is clear: Mr. Enfermero's videos have transformed the mundane into the macabre, and perhaps confirmed the hospital's rumoured haunted reputation.
To show you one of the most terrifying photographs you've ever seen.
TikTok user Lady Marine 11, a Marine Corps veteran, recently terrified her followers with an unsettling true story accompanied by shocking photographs.
A friend of mine lives in Chicago, and she and her husband thought that they had a family of raccoons living in their attic because they kept hearing all of these sounds upstairs above their bedroom.
The chilling incident began when a friend living in Chicago started hearing strange sounds emanating from her attic.
So they continued calling their landlord, kept reporting it, kept saying, hey, we've got an infestation of rodents or raccoons or something in our attic, and you guys need to come and get it taken care of.
Believing it was a family of raccoons or rodents, she repeatedly reported the issue to her landlord. However, with the landlord failing to address the problem, the sounds persisted, sometimes becoming disturbingly loud. One afternoon, while home alone and particularly unsettled by the intense noises, her friend decided to investigate on her own. Rather than fully entering the attic, understandably nervous, she carefully climbed a few steps up, stuck a selfie stick into the dark attic space, and snapped a quick photo. What appeared on her phone screen left her deeply horrified.
This is what is on her phone screen, staring back at her. He was 7 feet away from her when she took this picture. And mind you, she was home alone.
The startling image clearly shows a man's face staring directly into the camera.
Staring back at her. He was 7 feet away from her when she took this picture. And mind you, she was home alone.
Realizing immediately she wasn't dealing with raccoons, but with an actual intruder hiding in her attic, she quickly fled the house and called the police. Upon arrival, officers swiftly discovered the unsettling truth. This stranger had been secretly living in her attic for an entire year. Police photos showed the makeshift living area complete with a pile of her husband's clothing and personal belongings stolen over time. Further investigation revealed that this man routinely descended into their home, using their shower, eating their food, and taking items. The photographs shared by Lady Marine 11, including the police's documentation of the intruder lying face down with his hands restrained, visibly unsettled her millions of viewers. As the videos rapidly went viral, amassing over 14 million views, viewers expressed horror, disbelief, and concern. Many questioned how such a situation could remain undiscovered for an entire year. While the intruder has since been removed, the haunting experience has left a mark on the homeowner, her family, and millions who watch the unsettling footage unfold online.
Like, imagine this person living in your attic.
On May 8, 2025, paranormal investigator Lee Irwin captured something truly unsettling during an investigation at the notoriously haunted Gilchrist County Jail in Trenton, Florida. Shared on the jail's official Facebook page, the eerie thermal image has paranormal enthusiasts buzzing. Irwin and his team were testing a new type of paranormal gear, the Casper Virtual Ghost Camera System. On the standard camera view, we see a woman walking alone in a cell, seemingly unaware of anything unusual. However, on the thermal image, the scene becomes disturbingly different. Clearly visible behind the woman, who appears bright red from her body heat, is a human-shaped figure glowing an unnatural icy blue. The thermal camera isn't picking up any body heat from this second presence, suggesting that whatever this entity is, it's extremely cold. Even more unsettling, the normal camera feed shows absolutely no sign of this figure. The old Gilchrist County Jail has long held a reputation for paranormal activity. Originally operational from 1928 to 1968, the building saw decades of suffering. Inmates endured violence and suffocating heat unsupervised from evening until dawn. Now owned by paranormal enthusiasts Lee and Cheryl Irwin, the jail has become a popular site for ghost hunters and curious visitors alike. The Irwins report numerous guests experiencing unexplained phenomena, from ghostly touches to whispers and shadowy apparitions. But this latest thermal capture might be some of their strongest evidence yet. Is the ghostly blue figure the lingering spirit of a former inmate still trapped within the jail's oppressive walls? Until further explanations arise, the footage stands as compelling evidence supporting the jail's dark history and the lingering presence of those who endured it.
My therapist earlier this week told me that I need to tend to something for my grief, that it will help me.
TikTok and Instagram creator Lindsay Shelton, a nurse who posts under the handle Scrub Hacks, has shared a deeply emotional video that's left viewers wondering if the universe just sent her a sign.
Not yet ready to talk about the fact that tomorrow is a week since my dog Murphy passed away, but this is either a cruel, cruel joke or a sign from the universe or Murphy. And I need you to help me decide which one it is.
Nearly a week after losing her beloved dog Murphy, Lindsay says she was encouraged by her therapist to tend to something as part of her grieving process. Unsure of what to do, she decided to browse Pet Finder, not necessarily to adopt, but just to look.
I thought, you know what, I'm gonna open Pet Finder and just browse. I don't know if I'm ready to foster, volunteer, not ready to adopt. But let me just open Pet Finder and browse, and please, for the love of God, tell me why this is the first dog that popped up. I'm shaking.
The very first dog that appeared on her screen was a pup named Murphy. Not only that, but he looked like a younger version of her late dog, even listed as the same breed mix. Lindsay always believed her Murphy was a German wire-haired pointer.
Looks like a baby version of my Murphy, named Murphy, and they're saying he's a German wire-haired pointer mix, which is what we always said Murphy was, and no one actually ever agreed with that except for us.
The coincidences don't stop there. A psychic medium who follows Lindsay reached out saying her late Murphy wanted her to remember something green. That struck hard because Lindsay and her family had wrapped Murphy in a green blanket in his final moments.
We wrapped Murphy in this green blanket when he left us.
Looking back at the Pet Finder listing, Lindsay realized the new Murphy was wearing a bright green collar, the exact same color.
And found him with this green collar on in this picture. This is my Murphy for reference. The other Murphy.
For Lindsay, the encounter feels less like chance and more like a message, a reminder of love, connection, and perhaps a nudge from Murphy himself. Whether coincidence or something more profound, the story has resonated deeply, with many viewers calling it one of the most touching signs they've ever seen.
Looks like a baby version of my Murphy, named Murphy, and they're saying he's a German wire-haired pointer mix, which is what we always said Murphy was, and no one actually ever agreed with that except for us.
And I recorded him. I did not see anything.
TikTok user Just Simply Megs recently shared a creepy video that's been quietly haunting her camera roll for over 6 years, and now it's haunting millions of viewers across the internet. According to the post, Megs accidentally recorded something eerie at her brother's apartment in Maryland. It was the night before her brother's wedding, and she filmed a humorous moment of him sleeping on the couch with a drink still in hand. At first glance, the clip appears completely ordinary. But if you watch closely, something unsettling appears down the hallway, a strange, dark figure standing perfectly still. Moments later, when the camera pans back, the shadowy form has vanished. After the video went viral, with thousands of comments speculating on the nature of the figure, Megs decided to post a follow-up story time to clarify the eerie events. She explained that neither she nor her brother noticed anything unusual while filming.
And I recorded him. I did not see anything when I was recording, and I didn't see it until the next morning.
The discovery was made the next morning when reviewing the footage. Initially suspecting a practical explanation, Megs questioned her brother's soon-to-be wife, wondering if perhaps she'd been captured in the video wearing a dark robe or face mask. However, the wife confirmed it wasn't her, and she didn't even own a black robe. Adding to the mystery, Megs revealed several other unsettling incidents experienced in the apartment. Kitchen cabinets inexplicably opening on their own when nobody was home. Water faucets spontaneously turning on without explanation. Multiple occupants hearing their names whispered or called out when no one else was present. One friend was so terrified after seeing an elderly woman standing silently in the kitchen that he refused to return inside alone, opting instead to wait outdoors in the rain. But perhaps the most compelling detail shared in her follow-up is the strange antique mirror her brother and his wife had acquired from a yard sale. The paranormal activity began shortly after the mirror was brought into the apartment. After discarding the mirror, the haunting occurrences immediately ceased, leading Megs and her family to suspect that the mirror might have been a portal or attachment point for the unsettling phenomena.
It's kind of freaky. They ended up getting rid of the mirror, and lo and behold, once they did, the activity stopped. So, coincidence, maybe, I don't know. Or maybe that thing was actually haunted.
Despite trying to debunk or rationalize what was caught in the footage, no reasonable explanation has surfaced. Viewers online notice the figure seems almost to be floating, lacking visible feet. So what exactly did the OP catch on camera that night? Could this footage truly be evidence of paranormal activity, perhaps a spirit attached to a haunted object, or could there be another explanation? For now, the mystery remains unsolved, leaving viewers thoroughly unsettled and intrigued. A woman named Britt, known online as My Little Equine, has captured attention recently due to a series of chilling events at her ranch. Britt typically shares peaceful videos about her daily ranch life, tending to her horses, dog Josie, and other animals. But lately, things have taken a turn into the unsettling. It all started when her dog Josie began acting strangely.
Josie, what's going on?
Josie frequently stares at and lingers around a small family graveyard located at the front of the property. The cemetery holds the remains of Britt's grandparents and their beloved pet cats. Josie's fixation on the graveyard was unsettling enough, but then came the cows. Animals from a neighbouring farm inexplicably gather around the graveyard at night, standing eerily motionless.
See, this is what I'm talking about. Every freaking night, like even at night, they even come and hang out here, and they just stand.
Events escalated dramatically when Josie started growling and barking at an empty closet inside the home, seemingly confronting something invisible.
Oh, it has me really freaked out. Yeah, she's just been staring at that, and then she started barking, and she growled, and when she growled, I kind of like booked it, but I don't really know.
Home security footage from various angles confirmed Josie's bizarre behaviour, deeply unsettling Britt.
I don't really know. That's usually like her stance while she's waiting for me to come home. Is she waiting for someone to walk over? What's that?
They look inside the closet, but there's nothing there.
What she's staring at. Because again, like, this is usually how she looks when... Like, what? What is it?
The peak of the strange activity occurred one evening when Britt left briefly to collect a DoorDash delivery. During her short absence, the home security alarm mysteriously triggered. Upon her return, as captured by the security camera, something terrifying happens.
Ah!
Something unseen appears to tug sharply at Brit's t-shirt, causing her to flee in fear. These incidents have rapidly gone viral, with countless viewers convinced that Brit's ranch is genuinely haunted, or possibly cursed. Between the disturbing animal behaviour, the mysterious little graveyard, and the chilling security footage, Brit and her followers are left wondering, is something truly paranormal haunting this ranch? What do you think is behind these eerie occurrences? Love to hear your theories on this one down below. TikTok user LGK9.co recently uploaded an emotional and eerie video that has viewers convinced they've witnessed genuine paranormal activity. Posted on May 9th, the home security footage shows their living room, with the uploader's partner casually using his computer while their dog rests quietly on the couch. At first glance, the scene looks entirely normal, but it's the audio that has sent chills down viewers' spines. In their caption, the uploader explains, "A month ago, we lost our soul dog, our best friend. There's not a day that goes by that we don't think about him. Last week, our security cameras captured this. That's how he used to call us. We believe he's here and he's around us all the time, letting us know he's okay and he loves us." Indeed, the video captures several clear barks that sound exactly like a dog's call. The partner immediately looks up, startled, and starts searching for the source of the sound, clearly baffled when he finds nothing. Even more convincingly, their current dog visibly reacts to the unseen barking, looking toward the sound, ears perked in curiosity. The clip has quickly gone viral, gathering hundreds of thousands of likes and thousands of emotional comments. Viewers are overwhelmingly convinced that the beloved deceased pet is reaching out from beyond to comfort its grieving owners. Could this touching yet eerie footage genuinely show a beloved dog's ghost returning home? Or is there another explanation? Let us know your thoughts. Jake Paul recently made headlines by defeating former boxing champ Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. by unanimous decision in a tense 10-round bout at the Honda Center in Anaheim, California. While the fight itself attracted a massive audience both online and in person, another unexpected detail captured everyone's attention, sparking a wave of conspiracy theories.
Jake wins his fight. Jake won his fight against... That's crazy because it's still going on.
Let's go, Jake!
Midway through the fight, fans noticed something deeply bizarre occurring online. Curious viewers who Googled the match were stunned to find Google's Gemini AI already declaring Jake Paul the winner, even though the live fight was still unfolding in the background. This discrepancy quickly ignited claims that the entire match was rigged or scripted, with the outcome potentially decided long before the final bell had rung. Skeptics argue it was just an AI glitch, but conspiracy-minded fans aren't so convinced. Could this bizarre AI slip-up reveal a secret behind high-profile boxing events? Was Jake Paul's victory predetermined, or was it just an innocent tech malfunction? As always, I'll leave this one for you to decide. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below.
Jake wins his fight. Jake won his fight against... That's crazy because it's still going on.
Let's go, Jake!
In April 2025, Reddit user PausinGod uploaded an unsettling set of photographs that have since become the subject of intense debate. According to the original post, the photos were taken by his ex-partner at a daycare centre located in rural Victoria, Australia. Initially, everything seems completely normal. The first image shows a group of children innocently lining up for lunch. However, it's the second photo, captured just a couple of seconds after the first, that reveals something deeply chilling. At first glance, nothing seems amiss, but upon closer inspection, right behind the young girl standing in the centre of the frame, her hands playfully covering her face, a strange, grey, pallid-looking figure can be seen. This ghostly childlike form is partially obscured, and the longer you look, the more disturbing the figure becomes. According to the poster, neither he nor his ex-partner had any interest or experience with the paranormal. Both were skeptical, and the daycare itself decided not to share these photos online due to the unsettling discovery. Curiously, he also mentioned previously hearing unexplained voices and crying babies during his visits to the childcare centre, though he'd always brushed them off as having rational explanations, until now. The post quickly went viral, racking up over 44,000 upvotes and thousands of comments. Viewers initially struggled to spot the eerie figure, but once they did, most were genuinely disturbed and couldn't easily rationalise the image. So what exactly was captured lurking behind this innocent child at an Australian daycare? Could this truly be photographic evidence of something paranormal, or might there be a more rational explanation? As always, I'll leave it up to you. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below.
That porch, like that's where the door, okay, that's the door.
TikTok user Hats Off to the Energy has recently been creeping viewers out with eerie footage from an old cabin in Oregon that her sister is renovating. According to the uploader, the property has a deeply unsettling atmosphere and strange occurrences have been increasingly frequent. While sitting in her car below the cabin, the sister heard a peculiar sound. A single, old-fashioned house phone ring, entirely out of place for the remote and empty location. Intrigued and unnerved, she quickly started filming the upstairs balcony area.
There's nothing hanging there.
As the clip unfolds, things take a sinister turn.
I don't know what the it just, what the holy
In slow motion, the eerie movement is unmistakable. It looks as though the darkness itself is sliding back into the building. The video sparked widespread reactions, leaving viewers deeply unsettled. Many commenters suggested this might be a genuine shadow figure. One viewer, Misplaced Texan, pointed out that what initially seemed like harmless darkness turned out to be the actual entity itself. Another commenter named Jada felt certain it resembled a figure in a black dress and suggested investigating the property's history. In a follow-up video explaining the unsettling experience, the sister clarified the situation. She emphasized that there was no logical way anyone else could have been present at the cabin. She had been there all day and would have noticed any visitors or vehicles. Furthermore, the remote location, limited parking areas, and challenging access made any unexpected visitor extremely unlikely. Understandably shaken, she had chosen not to investigate the area immediately after witnessing the shadow. The uploader also shared additional footage, taking viewers on a brief walkthrough of the cabin's interior.
Yeah, this place is just, it's insane. Okay, so here's the end. Okay, everything scares me. It's getting dark and I don't like being even right here. Yeah, this is the inside. I mean, just look.
The interior is filled with scattered belongings dating back to around the 1950s.
Yeah, this place is just... So, it was a husband and wife who lived here. The husband died, I believe, first. I'm getting out of here. When it's more daylight, I will...
In another clip, we can see notes still hanging from a former occupant named Emily.
Look at these are like notes still that, from Emily, the daughter. And these are from the lady who died here. And then, oh, I hate it in here. It gets even creepier once you go downstairs.
The uploader said that a man and a woman had been reported to have died on the property, but details are scarce. Particularly eerie is the basement area, described by the uploader as the creepiest part of the house, filled with old documents, an abandoned freezer reportedly containing meat and debris accumulated over years of neglect.
This is the creepiest part down here. And there's the freezer that's got like, apparently still got meat in there. I'm not looking in there. A friend of mine came and cleared out the way over here so that just so we could walk in. I mean, because it was piled up to like, it was piled up like a good 3-4 feet.
While the nature of the shadow figure remains unexplained, the ongoing encounters suggest something genuinely disturbing may be occurring in this isolated Oregon cabin. Whether it's paranormal activity or a trick of light and shadow, the footage continues to capture the imagination and fears of many viewers online.
What the it just what the holy
TikTok user Damia Fonzo recently shared 2 unsettling photos taken during a 60th birthday celebration. The first image looks completely normal, guests smiling in front of a decorated backdrop. But in the second photo, snapped just seconds later, something deeply unnerving appears. Next to the woman in blue, a strange face can be seen peering out from behind her shoulder. None of the guests at the party recognize the figure, and no one remembers anyone standing there at the time. The uploader insists the photos are old, taken years before AI editing became common, and claims both images were shot moments apart. So who or what is the eerie figure photobombing this birthday celebration?
Yeah, what's going on here? Got one guy just stood there. He's been stood there for about an hour.
TikTok user Liam, known by his handle Wrigley720, has shared an unsettling video that's left viewers both puzzled and intrigued.
That guy just stood there. There's a guy 2 trees over there, and then this woman just stood here. But like, what they just stood here doing mad stuff.
Filmed in a public park in Manchester, United Kingdom, the footage shows multiple individuals behaving in a bizarrely synchronized yet completely inexplicable manner.
This woman just stood here. That guy just stood there.
As Liam pans the camera around the park, other individuals come into view, also standing motionless, staring at nothing discernible.
What they just stood here doing mad stuff.
Then, the video abruptly cuts forward in time. Shockingly, all the previously frozen people have returned to normal, casually strolling through the park and behaving as if nothing unusual had happened.
I don't get it. What's going on? What? They've just started walking. Look, she's just walking.
The sudden shift from the eerie stillness to casual normalcy left Liam and his friend completely baffled, without any reasonable explanation for the bizarre incident. The video quickly sparked intense discussions online. Viewers have proposed various theories ranging from performance art and social experiments to more disturbing ideas like collective hypnosis, mind control, or even glitches in reality itself. Despite numerous theories, no solid explanation has emerged, leaving Liam, and now countless intrigued viewers, wondering what truly occurred that day in the park.
Right, now they've all just started walking. Just walking away. Just all walking randomly. They're all just stood there, stopped. Now they've all just started walking. Look, what's going on? What's happening? Have we just witnessed some, like...
Reddit user SweetPea4065 recently shared a photo that's leaving viewers thoroughly unsettled. The image, originally captured by their friend during a camping trip, resurfaced in social media memories and revealed something chilling lurking in the background. Alarmingly, the figure doesn't seem to be wearing clothes, and its shape and posture appear unnatural, almost ghostly. The friend who originally snapped the photo insists there was nobody else around at the time, let alone an unclothed stranger. Skeptics are suggesting a simpler explanation, perhaps a prankster streaking through the woods. or a peculiar trick of shadows and light. But many commenters are unconvinced, pointing out the figure's eerily distorted appearance, arguing it doesn't quite look fully human. So far, no definitive explanation has emerged, and the eerie camping photo continues to puzzle and intrigue the online paranormal community.
Tragedy at a stop on the nationwide tour of the supposedly possessed Annabelle doll. One of the doll's handlers found dead in his hotel room at the age of 54.
On July 17, 2025, the paranormal community was stunned by the sudden death of Dan Rivera, a leading paranormal investigator and official handler of the infamous Annabelle doll, a figure surrounded by decades of supernatural claims, death, and controversy. Rivera had been touring the country, showcasing Annabelle, when tragedy struck unexpectedly. While staying at a hotel during the doll's nationwide exhibition tour, Rivera was found dead at the age of 54. Authorities reported no suspicious circumstances surrounding his death, yet the eerie timing and connection to Annabelle sent shockwaves through the paranormal community, rekindling fears and fascination about the doll's supposed powers. The notorious Annabelle doll first came to global attention through the chilling investigations of renowned paranormal experts Ed and Lorraine Warren, whose stories inspired the Conjuring films. The Warrens repeatedly warned that the doll, allegedly possessed by a malevolent entity, should never be handled directly or removed from its protective, blessed case. Dan Rivera had previously tried to reassure the public when earlier this year viral online rumors spread claiming the haunted doll had mysteriously vanished from its secure display at the Warrens Occult Museum. In a widely shared TikTok post, Rivera himself had confirmed that Annabelle remained safely locked away. Now, following his sudden death, that reassurance feels especially eerie. Tony Spira, current overseer of Annabelle and protege of the Warrens, has urged caution and respect for the doll, stating it should never be underestimated or treated as a joke. Online commenters echoed similar sentiments following Rivera's passing, with one particularly poignant remark stating, "Ed and Lorraine Warren clearly said to never ever ever open the case. They also said never to touch the doll either. People really do lack common sense." While authorities have not officially linked Rivera's death to anything paranormal, the tragedy has undeniably reignited intense speculation and unease surrounding Annabelle's supposed powers. So, could this tragedy truly be tied to Annabelle's infamous curse, or is it merely a haunting coincidence? Reddit user ProperCellist8545 recently took to the Am I Overreacting subreddit to share a truly frightening experience involving their roommate. According to the user, although they didn't know their roommate particularly well, they'd always seemed harmless, quiet, and a bit eccentric, but nothing alarming. But things took a horrifying turn when the roommate sent a bizarre and unsettling message filled with random phrases and gibberish, repeatedly mentioning a mysterious name and urgently instructing the Redditor to run. Here's more of the chat thread here. Alarmed, ProperCellist8545 went to confront their roommate, only to find the room eerily empty with unsettling music playing on the unattended computer. Upon closer inspection, they discovered a deeply disturbing internet search history filled with increasingly bizarre queries about elves. You can see the full search history here. It's disturbing to say the least. Terrified, the Redditor immediately packed their belongings and fled, opting to sleep in their car rather than risk staying another night in the same house. They contacted local police to report the incident, though authorities appeared skeptical and did little more than take notes. The Reddit post quickly went viral, attracting hundreds of concerned comments. One user, claiming to have experience in psychology, suggested the roommate might be experiencing a severe psychotic break or delusions, recommending the OP seek immediate safety. As of now, the roommate's bizarre behaviour remains unexplained, leaving Redditors deeply concerned for the original poster's well-being. But what exactly was happening here? A dangerous breakdown or something even more sinister? As always, let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Reddit user preference No5512 recently uploaded some chilling footage that's left the internet divided. In the post, they explained that the clips were filmed by caretakers at their uncle's shared home, a residence for people with disabilities. The user's father is convinced it's the ghost of their deceased grandfather haunting the uncle, but the uploader isn't so sure, feeling the phenomena are too aggressive to be a benign spirit. Then another clip shows something eerie happening in the kitchen. But perhaps the creepiest clip of all shows this happening in the living room. Some commenters are convinced these are carefully staged hoaxes, citing the ease of faking such footage with clever camera angles and hidden wires. Yet others aren't so sure, claiming this could be the real deal. Here's a strange one that made headlines recently and left 2 fishermen in Mexico completely rattled. While sailing off the coast of Alvarado, the men spotted something impossible, a floating house drifting silently in the middle of the sea. Curious and a little uneasy, they steered closer, calling out to see if anyone was inside or needed help.
¿Hay alguien con vida? Respondan. ¡Hey! ¿Quién vive? ¿Quién vive? ¿Quién vive?
Then, according to their account, a dark shadow seemed to move inside the structure, and for a fleeting moment, a pale white face appeared in one of the windows, staring back at them, before vanishing without a trace. Some viewers claim you can see the figure in the footage.
¿Hay alguien con vida? ¿Hay alguien con vida? Respondan. Hey!
Later, when they checked the news, they discovered what they had actually encountered. Not a house, but a floating seafood restaurant called El Atracadero, which had been swept into the Gulf of Mexico by massive floodwaters during Hurricane Priscilla. El Atracadero, a beloved local eatery founded in 1979, had broken free from its moorings on the Tuxpan River, drifting hundreds of kilometers southward. The building eventually split in two. One half, the kitchen and bathrooms, was recovered near Alvarado, while the dining room drifted even farther before beaching near Coatzacoalcos. Authorities confirmed that no one was inside the restaurant when it was carried away, and the Mexican Navy later secured both halves to prevent any navigational hazards. Still, the fishermen are certain of what they saw that night, a human-like figure moving through the wreckage. Some say it was just an optical illusion caused by waves and shadows. Whether it was a trick of the moonlight or something supernatural, one thing's certain: few things are more chilling than seeing a ghostly restaurant drifting alone in the open sea.
Vaya de frente. ¿Hay alguien con vida? ¿Hay alguien con vida? Respondan. Hey!
I guess we're gonna call it a theory, but it lines up with everything. So even with Mountain Dew.
A few months back, we covered the wild theory from creator Maverick Bailey, who connects new Mountain Dew flavors with major disasters.
But it seems to be like every time they make a big push with a certain flavor, it correlates with a certain event.
He pointed out chilling coincidences. Maui burst linked to the 2023 Maui wildfires, with theorists tying dew to directed energy weapons. Code Red, released just months before the September 11th attacks, and Star Spangled Splash, launched in 2024 shortly before the collapse of Baltimore's Francis Scott Key Bridge.
Francis Scott Key Bridge, okay? Why did they have a flavor that released last year called Star Spangled Splash? Now, who wrote the Star Spangled Banner? Francis Scott Key.
At the time, Bailey warned fans to watch for an upcoming flavor called Baja Midnight, speculating it could foreshadow a blackout or even a paranormal event. Now, Bailey says his prediction is coming true. In a new video, he points out that Taco Bell is about to launch Baja Midnight as a permanent flavor. And at the same time, a campaign called Blackout the System has appeared online, urging people worldwide to shut everything down between September 16th and 20th. No work, no travel, no spending.
You guys, this is a call to action for a mass blackout to happen all over the United States, happening on September 16th through the 20th. And this is what they want you to do. No work, no spending, no travel, no projects, no events, no restaurants, no backing out. Yeah, this sounds really safe for our economy.
Bailey warns that such a blackout could spiral into chaos, likening it to the Purge if even police joined in.
Do they not know what kind of chaos ensues from this? I mean, have we not all seen the Purge? I mean, what if even cops participate in this, so we just have a lawless land across 50 states? Got it.
He also claims that 28 countries are backing the initiative, suggesting enemies of the US might use it to weaken the grid.
Not only that, 28 countries around the world are supporting this. Of course they would, because some of those people could be our enemies and they want a shutdown to happen.
Whether you see it as a bizarre coincidence or a string of uncanny predictions, Bailey insists Mountain Dew's new Baja Midnight is the latest sign. As he puts it, I'm 30-0 at this point.
So I guess it's just a coincidence. While all this is going on, Mountain Dew releases Baja Midnight as a permanent new flavor, a new flavor that they've had in 20 years. I'm 30-0 at this point.
A curious photo shared by Ghosts of London has viewers scratching their heads. In reality, the boy's eyes are closed, but in the reflection, his eyes appear wide open. Adding to the mystery, a faint orb-like mist can be seen floating above his head. Some have speculated this could be evidence of a doppelganger, a ghostly double said to appear as a mirror image of the living. Others believe it's simply a camera or lighting glitch, with the orb explained away as dust or lens flare. Still, the unsettling mismatch between the child and his reflection has left many viewers stumped. Reddit user Musical Mama 2 recently posted a spine-chilling photograph taken at her brother's wedding back in 2010. The ceremony, held intimately in the couple's Philadelphia apartment, seemed perfectly ordinary at first glance. But upon closer inspection, something truly unsettling emerges. In the background, clearly visible in a wall-mounted mirror, is an eerie grey face, completely out of place compared to everyone else in the room. According to the OP, this mysterious extra face didn't show up in any other wedding photos, only in this one unsettling image. Viewers immediately started theorizing. Could this face belong to a lingering spirit quietly attending the celebration uninvited? Or is there a simpler explanation, perhaps a bizarre trick of reflection or lighting? What do you think? Is this a genuine ghostly visitor or just a photographic anomaly? Reddit user EMF4Paranormal recently posted some truly unsettling footage captured during a paranormal investigation at an old, reportedly haunted school. According to the original post, the Redditor and his girlfriend were conducting a spirit box session in the darkened gymnasium when she suddenly felt something touch her hair. At first, she dismissed the feeling as possibly being a bug or a simple mistake. However, upon reviewing the footage later, the couple noticed something deeply disturbing.
Sorry. I think that was my hair or something.
clearly captured on camera, a section of her hair can be seen gently rising upward, seemingly lifted by an invisible hand or force.
Sorry. I think that was my hair or something.
The Redditor emphasises there was absolutely no wind in the sealed gymnasium, and due to extreme humidity causing condensation on the floor, static electricity was extremely unlikely.
I think that was my hair or something.
Since posting online, the footage has drawn considerable attention. Commenters have struggled to provide rational explanations, leaving many convinced this could be genuine evidence of paranormal activity in the allegedly haunted school.
Sorry.
Okay guys, this video is going to be a little bit different from what I usually do.
A video posted by YouTube creator The Hidden Underbelly 2.0 is stirring debate online after revealing what may be one of the eeriest real estate listings ever shared.
These 4 photographs appeared in this property listing for this property in New Jersey. Now, in these pictures, we can see a manifestation beginning and end.
According to the uploader, a series of 4 photos taken for a New Jersey property listing appear to document the formation of a full-bodied apparition, caught unintentionally by a realtor's camera.
But on the 4th picture in the series, or the last one in the series, whatever you want to call it, we can see this full-bodied apparition.
The images, intended to showcase a home's interior, seem to capture something no one expected. A white mist forming near a bar stool, followed by the appearance of a clearly defined white figure sitting at the same spot.
They would be taking pictures with nobody in it. So there is no explanation for why this all-white figure is in the last picture sitting at the bar.
The progression across the 4 images is what makes this sighting so intriguing. In the first 3 shots, a faint white mist is seen forming around the bar stool, but in the 4th and final photo, the mist has seemingly taken shape, revealing what looks like a person-sized white apparition seated at the bar.
So guys, let's have a look at all this forming, and what do you think? Am I reaching here, or have we got evidence of a full-body apparition?
This is actually from the realtor's photos, the poster notes, so they would be taking pictures with nobody in them. He goes on to emphasize that these images were intended for public property listings where staging is typically clean and deliberate, raising questions about how this mysterious figure could have appeared in one frame and not the others.
This again is coming from the realtor's photos. So these photos are going online to try and sell the house. So you wouldn't want to put a person in the photo, would you?
Some skeptics have suggested the figure could be a Halloween decoration left behind, but the poster counters that theory. If it wasn't for the first 3 pictures where you don't see this figure, just this kind of mist forming, I'd say maybe, but that mist rules out a decoration. Others have floated the possibility of a person unknowingly walking into the shot. However, given the progression of the mist and the fact that it only fully appears to materialize in the final image, this seems unlikely. Whether this is a true capture of paranormal activity, a camera glitch, or an optical illusion, one thing is certain: the images have sparked serious curiosity online, with many expressing genuine unease over the final photo. So what do you think? Are we seeing a spirit caught mid-manifestation, or is there another way to explain the ghostly figure? Take a look at the photos one more time and let me know your theories in the comment section below. Several years ago, TikTok user Celeste.Rojas19 shared some deeply unsettling footage captured inside a hospital in Itagua, Paraguay. In 2022, Celeste often visited this hospital to check on her younger brother, who was hospitalized at the time. During these visits, she began noticing inexplicable events and decided to start recording. In the first clip, Celeste bravely explores the hospital's old basement morgue. The eerie setting alone is enough to send chills down your spine. But it's the events she captures next that truly stand out. Celeste captures the exact moment a hospital trolley begins to slowly move forward entirely on its own. But the third clip is perhaps the most disturbing of all. They begin rolling and shifting across the floor without any apparent intervention, seemingly guided by a powerful yet invisible force. Surprisingly, Celeste reportedly felt more excitement and curiosity than fear while filming these events. She hasn't witnessed any similar phenomena at the hospital since capturing this footage. Given the hospital's morgue setting, viewers have been quick to speculate whether this could be evidence of genuine paranormal activity, perhaps spirits lingering within the facility. This week, a bizarre sighting from TikTok user Rioch2207 has gone massively viral, racking up over 12 million views in just 3 days. The video shows a bright, metallic-looking orb hovering near the peak of Pico de Orizaba, a towering volcano in Mexico. Filmed while the user was driving nearby, the footage immediately lit up the internet. At first glance, it appears otherworldly, like a shiny UFO floating motionless between the clouds. Some viewers believed it was an alien craft, possibly refueling or conducting surveillance from high altitude. But then came the wave of skeptical minds trying to ground the mystery. One viewer in particular, a TikTok creator known as Interstellar Discussion, took the time to dig deep into the location. Using Google Maps, he matched the angle of the sighting to a secondary peak near the main volcano. And that's when things started to make more sense.
Right. If we zoom into this secondary mountain peak here, right, or volcano, shall we say, there's a observatory seen up on the very peak of this area, right? Now, let's zoom in a little bit into the distance so you can see this dish up on the mountain, right? Now, just use your imagination a little bit, okay?
Right where the orb appeared in the sky, he located an observatory, complete with a large silver telescope dome that sticks out from the ridge.
And no matter where you place this is a telescope that can, you know, swivel and change direction here. And if we kind of put the other telescopes above it, it looks kind of similar, and you can kind of see the front of the telescope kind of poking out here versus what you can see on the image here. So
the telescopic equipment is mounted in such a way that, when seen through cloud cover or mist, it could easily resemble a hovering orb. And given the shiny, reflective surface of the observatory dome, it's not hard to imagine how the illusion was born.
Have y'all seen this video going around the internet of this man that looks like Kanye West?
Recently, some deeply strange footage has been going viral online, sparking wild conspiracy theories about iconic rapper Kanye West. Captured by the account Mind Decay Cam, the eerie clip shows a man sitting alone on a park bench, seemingly dazed and confused.
Boom.
Viewers were quick to point out the man's uncanny resemblance to Kanye West, immediately triggering intense speculation.
You need a quarter for that too. Boom.
Adding fuel to the fire, commenters noticed the man's peculiar hairstyle, eerily reminiscent of vintage photographs depicting patients who received lobotomies in the past.
Down here.
This chilling observation has led to a bizarre yet persistent theory that the figure in the footage is the real Kanye West, lobotomized and replaced by an imposter.
Boom.
Even more unsettling, fans brought up an old statement reportedly made by Kanye himself, suggesting that if he ever disappeared and returned, the person coming back wouldn't genuinely be him.
And man, he said if he ever disappears, whoever came back wasn't him. That's Kanye from back in the day. Look how much this man looks like him.
Since the footage emerged, online sleuths have meticulously compared vintage photos of Kanye West to recent images, noting peculiar discrepancies. Many are convinced a sinister swap has occurred, replacing the real Kanye with a lookalike. However, skeptics have been quick to dismiss the footage, suggesting it could be the result of CGI editing, AI manipulation, or simply a face swap app. They highlight strange visual glitches in the clip itself as potential proof of manipulation.
You need a quarter for that too. Boom.
Yet despite these rational explanations, the bizarre footage continues trending, fueling a lively debate and countless conspiracy theories. So what do you think? Has Kanye West really been replaced by an imposter, or is this just another elaborate internet hoax? As always, I'll leave that one up to you. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below.
You need a quarter for that too. Boom.
Well, that's the end of part 1 of the scariest videos of 2025. There will be a part 2, as I said. Keep an eye out for that one. But in the meantime, if you want to watch more scary videos, click those links right there, and I'll see you in the next video.